Sandbagging and glory runs. What are they in F1? Starting with glory runs, that is when a team further down the field will set a really fast lap time. And when they do this, they will likely be on softs and they'll be running a low fuel load. Meanwhile, teams that are further up the field are likely to be running setups which mean that they're going slower than they normally would. And this can happen during testing or even a free practice session. Now, it doesn't really have much of a point other than the fact it can boost morale and it can simulate a quali run. But it's sandbagging that's the more interesting one. The concept is that a team will run below their maximum speed to hide their potential. And they can do this by using harder tyres, purposely not driving that fast, and using higher fuel loads. According to F1, they will use about 50 kilograms of fuel in a testing session. And similar to glory runs, this will typically happen during testing sessions and also some free practice sessions. But there is a lot of debate regarding whether there is actually any point in an F1 team doing it. It's believed that F1 teams may do it to avoid scrutiny from other teams, and therefore to avoid them copying. It has also been suggested that it can lull other teams into a false sense of security, and it can potentially make for a better news story, under-promising and over-delivering. But during testing, Bernie Collins said something really interesting. Essentially, she said that every team's kind of going to be sandbagging, and that's because they're looking for consistent laps during testing. So they're probably going to be pushing at about 80%, which allows them to analyse the performance of the component that they're testing. And others have argued that teams are going to be looking at each other regardless of whether they think someone's sandbagging or not. And each team is going to develop as much as they can. No team is ever going to feel secure.